Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to start our any percent unrestricted run of Inscryption with Devilman. Go ahead and take it away.
Hello everyone. I'm DEVILMAN from Japan, Japanese, and I will play. I will be playing Inscription speedrun. However, I still cannot speak English, so I invited one commentator. Hello, Sawayoshi.
Hello, I'm Sawayoshi, and I'll be commentating for this run. Very glad to be here.
はい、もうなんもないです。
はい、カウントしますか? Alright, let's get it counted down.
3 count to go. Ready. 3, 2, 1, start.
Alright, good luck. So, this is Inscryption. This is a game by Daniel Mullins and published by Devolver Digital in 2021. And starting off, we have kind of glitched the game. We're gonna have a battle. I believe right here. Yes, there is a boulder here. We're gonna get rid of this because this boulder is in the way of an enemy, and yeah, we just have to get rid of that. And now they can attack us, and we don't care if we lose. We actually want to lose because this will this will take less turns, and it does not matter whether we win or lose for the first 2 rounds. So, yep, we get a couple things. We get this candelabra with 2 candles. One of them immediately goes out. These are basically our lives. If we lose both of our lives, we're dead, and we have to we get started back at the beginning of the run, basically. This is a roguelike, and we are trying our best to make it not a roguelike. All right. What we're doing here kinda doesn't matter. We just want to lose as quickly as possible. All right. We want the adder card and the wolf cub card by the end of our first run, and that's the end of the first run. We've, I believe, gotten both, and we need to use both of them here. We specifically want from the adder card the Touch of Death sigil. Let's see if we can get that. We have a card. We get to make our own card. We have a river snapper. We get the cost from that. We take the wolf, and we take the skills from the wolf cub. We did actually not get that, and we did have. Did we have a bid war here? I believe. Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. We have.
So you want the name in first place?
Yeah, we would love that.
Evil Osborne.
All right.
Is in first place.
Exactly what we put in. That is amazing. That is a great name for a card. I just want to say, we get Evil Osborne.
That actually got like a heck of a lead due to a donation that came in recently. Like, they were making sure.
Just making sure that it wins. All right, so we are in our second round, our second run. We do not care whether we win here. We do want to use all of our items in the first battle, because the items that we get after this are very RNG. We just want to increase our chances, even if just a tiny bit. So now we stand up, we pick up the Stink Bug card, which will become very important lore-wise later on, and it's also not... It is not a sacrifice cost, it is a bone cost, which is kinda useful. Yes, we have neutral evil Osborne and neutral good Osborne. Alright, now that we've gotten
Please.
that, we have some RNG here. We do not have. We are not getting some good. Okay, we got Let Go. That's at least useful. We do want that for this run early on. All right, we do get a little bit of dialogue between these two cards here. Is this okay?
Okay.
All right, looks like we're good. And we just have to use the black goat. Put that down. Sacrifice that and stoat. All right. So we are good. And we get to make another card. We get to make an entire other card. These two cards, I'm sorry, Evil Osborne, they don't really matter. Sometimes they can be useful. In specific circumstances. Let's make this card. We get the cost, we get the wolf stats, and we do get this the cockroach with the unkillable sigil, which basically means when we get that card killed. Yeah.
Yes, lobster's in second place.
Yeah. All right. 2 cards.
Thank you, chat. That bid war alone raised almost $150.
Jeez. Yeah. Thank you all. We have evil Osborne and Lobster, which are 2 really good cards, really good names for cards. So we do have the going back to the unkillable sigil. We have a couple puzzles here. Unkillable sigil means that as soon as that card is destroyed, it does not go to the discard. It goes back into your hand, which is very, very good in a couple specific scenarios. It lets you basically infinitely play the card. We did a quick puzzle here, and here is where we actually start trying. Now we actually care about the game, and that's a card that we want, I think. And now we make a totem. Sure. Okay, so we have a totem with the squirrel head and the worthy sacrifice sigil, which basically means that any sacrificed squirrel will give us 3 blood cost instead of 1, which is pretty dang good. Because it means we just do this. We do not have really anything with really good damage, so that kind of sucks, but that we should be able to figure this out. See what we can do here.
Okay, なんとかします。
Okay. Yeah, we get 1 extra point here.
When you get a second, I would like to thank the donators that put Evil Osborne in like heck in first place.
Yeah, we give us a quick second to get through this fight. This
Sure thing.
Okay, we're good. Yep, go ahead.
All right, so that it was a $36 donation from Zello and Harukaze. Zello and Haru here, each chipping in $1 for each S or better during PIU. So here's 36 macaroos to make Evil Osborne more of a reality. Thank you everyone for a wonderful marathon.
Thank you so much. This marathon, I've been following it kind of loosely. It's fun, and I'm glad to have been helping for this cause. All right.
And we are glad to have you here.
Mm-hmm. We have this fight here. We should be fine. Yeah, because the Moose Buck does enough damage for that. 5 points either way will decide the match. And now we have the Trapper here, who will sell us some pelts with our extra damage our overflow damage that we got. And they're very, very insistent. Please consider me pelts. And we will take a pelt. And here, this spot is pretty cool because on top of being able to take sigils and move them onto other cards, it will also destroy the first card. It will destroy the card that the sigil was originally on, meaning that we just basically thin out our deck and make it much more likely to give the cards that we actually want. All right, we get the scroll with worthy sacrifice. We have plenty of cost for all these cards. Is this okay? Are we good?
なんだ、多分大丈夫だ。
Let's see. Let's see. That's one of two. It's one of two tries that we have. I believe those candles turn back on once we defeat the boss for the area. All right, we have. When we say hello, we have a pelt. We can get a card. We can. Yeah, let's take that. Moose buck. All right. Squirrel. We have items. We have items to work with. All right. So each boss is special in that we have to defeat each boss twice, and it does not matter whether we have one or two candles, because one of them will be forcefully put out as soon as we get to the boss. However, it does mean that our deck is not super powerful. So we kind of have to figure this out and see if we're gonna be fine. Okay, that's one life down. Each boss needs to be defeated twice. And there goes the moose bug turned into a gold nugget, and so is the boulder. Take a squirrel, put that down, get the moose buck, get the squirrel, and that will defend on the pack mule. Or not on the pack mule.
Okay.
Apologies. All right, there we go. Whew. Good. Okay, that is the first boss done, and that's one of the candles just turned back on. And we get a prize card for this. We get these. Yeah, none of those are really good
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
All right. Now we are into the second phase. There are 4 total quote unquote maps in this part of the game. Okay. Yeah, we got some cards. And which way will we go here? Go over to the campfire and up.
Okay.
And here, we get here we get the ability to take one of our cards and increase our damage on it. There we go. We got 4 damage on the moose buck, which is pretty dang good. Okay, and now we have a totem versus totem fight. We do have this sacrifice on our scroll still. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be a win. Simple win here. 1 card per turn. Don't be greedy. Don't try to pull more cards. Unless she will stop you from doing so. Okay. Now we are here. We have to pass one of the monster's trials. The trial of bones begin.
It's okay.
We will not be. We do not care, basically. Okay. And now we have a little puzzle that we have to do. Get that done. And we keep going. Get this. We get a... We basically sacrifice one of our cards. What we get from the sacrifice does not really matter. What is more important is that we destroy the Caged Wolf card at some point. There we go. Because we will not really be using these bones very often. Are we good here? Sacrifice that. Put down the moose buck. That's 3 damage. 3 damage to begin with. Okay, yeah. We should be fine. Okay.
I love the phrasing of "we won't be using these bones very often."
That's
It's like
one of
out of
those.
context.
Yeah, that's one of those out of context quotes that you see sometimes. Right. There we go. We have some excess damage, and that's completely fine. The less excess damage there is, the faster it is because it doesn't go through the animation, but it's not really a big deal.
あこれだ。
Right. Yeah.
あ、
And
うんうんうんうん。
okay. What do we got here? All right. Not a bad card. Also, you're not really gonna be sacrificing that very often. Okay. Put down the pronghorn and take the sigils from that and put them on the moose buck. This gives us a really strong sigil called the bifurcated strike, which makes them not hit straight forwards, but instead hit diagonally, which is not, it doesn't really sound good until you realize that it hits twice. Basically, we do double the damage per attack, which is really good. All right, take the squirrel, sacrifice that, put down the pronghorn, and the pronghorn, you see, that is what the bifurcated strike does. You saw the cards attack both diagonally left, diagonally right. It does 2 attacks, and the more damage you have on one of those, the more return you get from that. Hello, lobster. hello, lobster. We'll be using lobster later on, maybe. Who knows? Hello, we get the pack rat. Right. We have 1 candle to work with here. Each time a candle gets put out, we do get the smoke, which is sacrificable, I believe. It's not really readily useful past that, I believe. Okay. Put down the scroll. We do have enough sacrifices, and again, a bifurcated strike, 3 times 2, we instantly do 6 damage, enough to take down 1 turn of this, and yeah. The bait bucket goes forward 1. It does not matter. We do not hit forwards. We only hit diagonally, so we do another 6 damage, and that is that boss fight done. All right, and we get to choose a rare card.
ああ、これだな。
Sure, yeah. Very strong, but also very costly card.
When there's a moment, I have a quick announcement for everyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we just opened up a new bid war for our next run of Alan Wake 2 Night Springs. So the bid war is to choose the episode cutscenes. So you get to choose which episode cutscenes we're going to watch during the Night Springs run. So we can watch North Star, Number One Fan, or Timebreaker. And whenever there's a little bit more time, I can go into a bit more detail about it. But everyone should just go ahead and know that the episode of Number One Fan is the runner's Sweet Peeb's choice. So make sure that when you're donating, you are applying that donation to this bid war and making your opinion known.
All right. So this is I was no, that's a little scary. That's 1 life gone. Urayuri, we got Urayuri down, but did not get the attack on it. The direct attack, just kind of used it on a weaker enemy, and that kind of hurts. We only have 1 life going all the way to the boss of this area. We do say hi to the mycologist. If we have 2 of the same card, we can combine them and basically double the stats. So now our Moosebuck has 7 attack and 14 damage, as well as bifurcated strike. So we do a total of 14 damage per turn that it hits completely, which is pretty dang good. However, it does also mean we have overflow on that, and we don't want as much. We really don't want that much overflow because we have this animation of the dealer picking up our overflow points. We're in the caves again. We got another trial.
そうだね。
We have passed. Not a really useful card. And we're gonna go back over here and combine the sigils from one and put it on another card. All right. Go to another combat space here. And yes, I do see in chat, yeah. We good? Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna take the Ryuri very early and just completely skip the fight. Yeah. If you're enjoying this run, go buy Inscryption. It's currently 50% off on Steam. It's a good game and okay. Are we good? Are we good? This might be a little tricky. The boss is coming up next. Okay. Take the stink bug and put it on the bullfrog. And just kind of thin out the deck. And we're into the boss. Are we going to be okay? Hello. You're up against the trapper. Are we going to be okay? Down the wolf there, and look away. There we go. That gives us a free 4 points, and you'll see that thing on the scale. That does not. Just ignore it. We just get 4 free points. You know. All right. And now the trapper says, "Hey, let's trade," and puts down. Gives us a pelt, and it puts down 8 very strong cards. We need to choose one. We can choose as many as we have the things for. Okay. We're good. Okay, we got through. Bifurcated strike is a 3 damage bifurcated strike coming in very, very clutch there, as well as the flying. All right, we get another. Are we okay? Are we okay? Also, hi chat. Okay, are we good? And now that we've lost an eye, we get to choose another one, and we get to choose this one, which seems to give us some weird eyesight. Who knows what this is? All right, we're gonna keep going. And we are into the final area, but we have one quick thing to do. So our extra eyesight gives us the ability to see this. This gives us the ring. And the stunted wolf card. And we also get the film roll. And now our cards. We're gonna go get some items to work with. Get these squirrels. Get plenty of squirrels. We get another squirrel. We have 3 squirrels to work with, which is a lot. It gives us a lot of free cost for sacrifices. It does not really give much firepower. All right. So we have a trial that we need to pass here. Let's see if we can do that. The ring trial. We have a ring, therefore we pass. And what do we get for it? There's one thing specifically that way. Okay, yep, that's exactly what we wanted. This basically lets us choose a card from our deck. The Boon of the Magpie's Eye, which is very good. We get a second one. This one does not matter nearly as much. And yeah, it is time to go into final boss of this little part of the game. なんとかなるといいですね. Alright. Hello to Leshy. This is the Leshy fight. And Leshy decides, of course, we only get 1 candle, but he, on the other hand, gets 1 extra safety candle, which I think that's just kind of cheating. Alright. So what do we get to work with here? And we get these 2 cards. They have some dialogue. So if we had a good sigil on one of those, that would be really, really good. But we do not have very many good cards here. Are we going to be okay? All right. Okay. What card do we want? We'll take the Moose Buck. 7 damage, bifurcated strike. That's really, really good. We'll also take the wolf. And the squirrel. Sacrifice those 2, put the bifurcated strike there, and take the squirrel. Put that down, sacrifice that for the wolf. And now we have 2 bifurcated strikes. And we do a lot of damage. I'm not even going to calculate it. It's much more than enough. And we, of course, have 3 have to defeat let's see, 3 times, and there's our 2 cards, by the way. We have 2 cards, Reginald and 1 more. It does not matter. So now Leslie decides it is time to call on the moon. Hey, we're up against the moon. Okay, let's see. Do we have a? We do not have a touch of death, so we kind of just have to brute force this with damage. 3. Okay, it only takes 2 turns, so that's completely fine. We'll be okay. All right,
Okay.
there we go.
よし。よかった、なんとかなった。
All right, and that is the Leshy fight done. Whew. A little bit scary at some points, but it's fine. We made it through.
Oh my, I think I just made him. Oh.
All right. So welcome to Inscryption. This is Inscryption. Camworks. So this does not matter. We're just gonna skip through this. Stop browsing the footage, and we have the camera. You saw Leshy use the camera to take the moon, but we have the camera and we have the film roll. So what can we do? Who gave you that? We take a picture of Leslie, and Leslie is turned into a card. We take this and we exit to the start screen. And now we start a new game. All right, welcome to Inscryption Act 2. The game completely changes, and you'll see how it changes, but we have a little bit of time if we want to read something off real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually been getting a lot of donations in for our upcoming Alan Wake run to choose that episode. So we have $5 from Marksy. What I don't understand is why someone left all these buckets lying around. But then we got another $5 from Marksy. Please let this contribution towards #1 fan be my penance for not pressing the add button after choosing the incentive episode.
Oh no.
So chat, that is a fantastic reminder that when you are donating, you need to be sure that you're adding that incentive. I know it's a lot of button clicks, so if you feel like that's a little overwhelming, just tell us in your donation message what you want it to go towards, and we will take care of the rest for you. I promise. That does put #1 fan in the lead with $11. So if you decide that you have some other, or I'm sorry, $16, I can't do math. If you have other opinions on getting North Star or Timebreaker instead, make your opinion known, ! Donate in the chat, get those donations in.
Absolutely. So welcome to Act 2. The game is completely different. It is a top-down adventure RPG. The combat is the same. We have this where we have these cards to work with, and you'll see that they have the damage, they have the health, and whatnot.
Oh. Huh? Come on.
Getting a lot of these Gravediggers.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Take out that card, and we just kind of here and do all of our damage. The enemy has a set number of cards, so as soon as we exhaust those, they cannot put anything down, and we basically just do damage from here. And we do need to do 4 excess damage to get 4 foils here. We'll need another few in a little bit. But each win does give us these card packs. And did we get what we needed? Okay, so down here, pick this up, and we are going to go left. And we do talk to the trader and buy the bone heap, which is exactly what we needed those 4 foils for. And now we make a deck with all of these cards. And we try to see if we can't do this. There's a specific reason that we want this bone heap. We can basically feed it bones to make it do more damage. So, and we want to get as much overflow damage as possible. Okay, and you'll see these ice enemies, I don't quite know exactly what they are, will not attack you. So you just kind of have to stay there, and they won't do anything to you. And you'll also see these enemy cards are skeletons. They will self-destruct. So what we can do is we can just stay here. They won't attack. They've exhausted their cards. We can just use these churns to get bones. We want 40. We're not getting very good RNG. We're not getting the gravediggers that we want, but once we get 40 bones, it'll be fine. Okay, there we go. We have a full row of gravediggers. We'll get we've got 4 bones each churn. All right, and once we have 40, we'll get this bone heap, and we'll upgrade it. Each upgrade will give it extra damage. We'll do 4 damage there to get it to 1 more hit. And then keep feeding it bones until it does 19 damage, or 20 damage. And that will give us 19 excess damage, which will give us 19 foils. Which is pretty dang good. This will be our main currency for shopping in this part of the game. So, yeah, we just fought Casey and won. And we got some foils for it as well. So now we're gonna go to Leshy's cabin. This is where we were in Act 1. You'll see Leshy right there. And we have this passcode to put in. And we want to go talk to the trader and get the Ouroboros card and a bunch of squirrels. Talk to Leshy, and Leshy says, hey, go beat the people outside, I believe. Something along those lines. So we go do a little quest here. Take pictures of all of these, and we're gonna put the Ouroboros the bone heap, a bunch of skeletons, and a bunch of squirrels in our hand, and that will always, I believe, give us the Ouroboros, or in our deck. That will always give the Ouroboros. That is not very good starting hand, so we're just gonna try again there. Not a good starting situation. All right, put down those squirrels and put down the Ouroboros. There we go. And what this does, we have the squirrel and the bloodhound. The bloodhound can only move forwards, therefore we kind of just win because the bloodhound can't really do anything. We're just gonna keep putting down the Ouroboros. Now it's at 3/3 stats. Every time the Ouroboros is destroyed, it will permanently gain 1/1 stats, 1 health, and 1 damage. So we'll be using this to get it to at least 4/4. And again, this is permanent. So we'll just be able to use this for the rest of this part of the game. Alright, sacrifice those. We get the Ouroboros down. We're at 3-3. Alright, we're gonna destroy the Ouroboros again. It's up to 4-4. Put down 2 squirrels. Get down the Ouroboros again. And do enough damage to win this fight. And there's a little cool trick with the Ouroboros. There's... I don't quite know the exact mechanics. If you have enough Bonehead, Squirrel, Skeletons, cards that don't do damage, it will always give you the Ouroboros at the beginning of the round. At the beginning of the match, so we'll be using that to our advantage. Alright. And we have the fight against the Trapper here. And again, you see the Ouroboros right there. And we do 5 damage. We have the Skeleton 1 damage and Ouroboros 4, and again, 5 damage is enough in Act 1 and Act 2 to completely just finish the fight in one turn. And we go say hi to Leshy. And this is basically a boss fight. Yep. Ouroboros Skeleton, that's 4-4. That does plenty of damage. And, yep. Have a bunch of these. It's fine, though. We're gonna defeat that. And we do plenty of damage. And, yeah, we just skip this turn, and we get 4-1. And that's 5 damage, and that is the Leshy fight done. And once we finish the fight, there's a little skip that we can do. Maybe? There. No? Dang.
It's okay, okay.
Right. Okay. We go back to the title screen and we continue. And that skips a little bit of dialogue. Yeah. The Leshy fight that you just saw is 100% solved. It will always give you the same patterns, so you can just kind of do whatever and win. All right, and again, 5 damage is going to be more than enough to win on all of these fights. All right, going into we've defeated Leshy. We were going to Grimora's area. Okay. We solve these. We have 2 of them to solve, or 3 of them to solve, excuse me. Alright. And we go into the Grimoire fight. The Scribe of the Dead. And we took her deck at the beginning, and therefore we have a bunch of skeletons in our deck. It does not super matter, but hey, it's fine. Rip all of your cards, Death to Grimoire. That's fine. We do have another Ouroboros that we can use, and of course the card gets destroyed, so that's 5-5. And that's gonna be, again, our main damage for the rest of this section of the run. That is Grimoire, Scribe of the Dead, defeated. Leshy being the Scribe of the Beasts. Excuse me.
Okay.
And we get the skip first try, and we're gonna go back to the title screen. Again, this skips a little bit of dialogue. Now that we've done that, we're gonna go down to Magnificus's area on the bottom left. We do have puzzles to solve in each one. We have puzzles to solve and then fights to do after each puzzle. Again, we're just gonna Ouroboros every single one. Because we can just put down a skeleton, a couple skeletons, a couple squirrels, and then sacrifice those, and immediately put down the 5-5 win card, which is called a finisher, in our terms. These puzzles always have the same solution, so we kind of just memorize how to solve them and go into the battles. Again, there's really not much to talk about. The puzzles are solved, and the fights are all Ouroboros 5-5 matches, so if there's anything to talk about here, now is a great chance to do so.
Yes, I wanted to remind everybody real quick about our milestone that's currently open to reach $3,000 total raised. And that when we reach, not an if, I'm very much a win. When we reach that milestone, Quacksilver is going to take a detour to an optional recommendation of the IGN guide to get the 3rd upgrade to her nail and prepare for the Hollow Knight's final boss. We are only $87 away from that. And every donation made between now and, gosh, I think like, I can double check because I know it's not the beginning of Hollow Knight. It is an hour and a half into Hollow Knight. Every donation made between now and then is going to count towards that milestone. But fun fact, the sooner we hit that, the sooner we get to open up even more incentives and milestones and get even more marathon. So let's go ahead and get that met ASAP.
Right. What we want here is we want the Ouroboros to not have the rabbit hole sigil, which is really, really good. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, with the IGN percent incentive, as someone who also runs Hollow Knight myself, getting nail 3 for the Hollow Knight fight is very, very, very overkill. And like Quack has said, it is much more difficult to get nail 3 than it is on to fight the final boss. So you all want to see this. You all want shenanigans, right? All right. And that was Magnificus, the scribe of magics. Our battery is low, so that turns off. So let's charge it a little bit. Hamworks. Again, we just skipped through this. Battery has been fully charged. We have 400 minutes on it. So yeah, that was the Magnificus fight, where he will completely temporarily overwrite our sigils on every single card. You saw a little bit of a menu glitch there. If we get the rabbit hole on the Ouroboros, every time we put down a card with rabbit hole on it, we get a rabbit in our hand, and just that animation is a little bit of time loss, so we don't want to see that. All right, and now we are in the 4th and final area in this little section of the run. We're into P03's area. And there's not really much to talk about here as well. It's just, again, completely solved puzzles and then Ouroboros sweep for a lot of it. Yeah. So let's real quick talk about the category for this run. Any percent unrestricted. This is so any percent unrestricted. Of course, any percent beat the game. Unrestricted. You've seen a couple glitches, a couple dialogue skips. Is specifically in this part. We also set up a glitch before the run, in Act 1, which let us sacrifice the boulder, which makes the run roughly 10 seconds faster. However, there is a very, very recently found glitch in Act 3 that we'll be making very great use of. You'll see, it is very broken. Act 3 is very, very broken compared to Acts 1 and 2. You better be ready for what happens in Act 3. Alright. There we go. We take our pack and we go back up. And I believe now is the P03 fight? Go over here, and yep, go up against P03. Again, there's really not much to talk about. There is a little trick here. We're gonna put down these 2 squirrels and put it on the second space from the left, because you see this P03 is going to copy our card and make 4 copies of it on their side. However, the conveyor churns everything, so we just get a free route to do direct damage, and that is P03's falling. That is the fight done against the Scribe of Technology. We get a couple packs here. And now we head out to the final fight of Act 2. Here it is time challenger. Choose who you will replace. We're going to try to replace P03. Hello? Time for another fight against P03. We're gonna concede because this is a scripted loss. So it is simply faster to just lose for them. It is simply to lose for it, and the game starts breaking, and things start going very awry. You see, things kinda go wrong.
This is fine.
This is fine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inscryption. We are into Act 3. This is P03. You all probably heard of them at least once before in the past, I don't know, minute. Yep. Alright. We get a playfield. This is a top-down RPG again, where we use these arrows to move around. And you see the game is mostly, the actual combat is mostly the same. We get very different cards, but you'll also see in the top right, we have an energy bar, very akin to something you'd see in for example, Hearthstone. So the cost of cards are now in energy. We'll be using that instead of sacrifices to really put down cards here. Okay, and now we have full cost. We get the double gunner, who, again, like we saw earlier, has the bifurcated strike, which is very good. We don't really have much firepower compared to something like Act 1, especially because we are very early on. We do get a little bit of money. We will not be using this. Okay. So we go right. So this is very normal gameplay. Don't worry, it will become very not normal gameplay very quickly. We have the broken bot broken bots right here, which which have a little thing that they do after a while. There we go. Sniper bots, I believe, can attack anywhere on the opponent's end. I'm not entirely sure how it works. Yeah, you can kind of just decide where they attack and kind of just take out a card. 1 damage there. There we go. Exact damage to take that out. Gonna go down here. We have another combat here. You see the arena has been decreased to 3 lanes instead of 5. You have these little barriers off to the side, and they have 6 health. They are destroyable, but honestly, why would you do that? You're only giving the enemy more spots to place cards in, and they can't even place cards in them because there's still the barriers in behind them. All right, there we go.
Okay.
That is that fight done. Okay. Pick that up. Not much value over here, but... And we have this scripted fight above it. We have that fight that's always there above us. We can just go around that and skip the fight completely. Now we have another fight here. We have the explode bot. We don't really care. Let's put the shield bot down. The double gunner taking out our cards. Sniper bot gonna be taking out the explode bot, which also destroys the bridge gates. Oh, it moves up. I didn't actually know that. Huh. Sacrifice that. Sacrifice the shield bot. Put down the double gunner. And that is enough damage to get exact 5 points win. Okay. The power is dead. The power is dead on the playfield. So we have been freed, and now we go get the battery. All these puzzles are solved. I'll take this time to explain real quick. There is a little thing. Oops. There's a little thing called the inverted fight skip that was found last month. It is a very, very new glitch, and we'll see if we can use that here. So, can do this, and if we can do this, we're gonna go to specific spot, and you see some things are immediately wrong. Some things are immediately wrong.
あ、これまずいじゃないか。
Oh, 大丈夫ですか?
Okay, okay.
Okay, we're good. We're in the ceiling. So all of a sudden, we are in the ceiling, and while we are in the ceiling, we're gonna go do some combat. And once we get to the combat, we're gonna slam the playfield down and skip the combat. We're in combat again, slam the playfield down, and just skip the fight. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this quite a few times. Now, this basically skips every single fight in this part of the game. Okay, we're in combat again. Slam the playfield down, and we turn on this. We turn on this totem, and we have combat. Slam the playfield down, and that is the boss fight done. All right, slam the playfield down again. Memory card is full. Aw, dang. Cam works. Okay, again, we're gonna skip through this. This is just basically lore stuff. New memory card inserted. This gives us an opportunity to look at the videos that we have there. They do not really matter for us. All right. Keep going through, and we have another combat. We're just gonna slam the playfield down, and we do this again. We do this so many times. You see the playfield is very, very confused as to what to do. You see it when we lift up the playfield. There is definitely stuff below it, but yeah. Okay, and now real quick, we are told to do something, so we are gonna go back to the start screen instead. All right, we do have to actually do this part. Say hello. We do a couple more captchas here. No, good.
ここだ。
Alright.
Okay.
Right. We're back to P03. Put that in. And we get a couple cards. It does not really matter, because we're just gonna slam the playfield down anyways. The game is kind of confused at this point. Very confused as to what's going on. Slam the playfield down, and we're at the ceiling again. Welcome to Inscryption, where you play card game, where you slam the playfield down in the ceiling and skip all the card games.
Isn't that how all card games work?
Yeah, I mean it's working. So why not just do this in every card game? While we're slamming the playfield down millions of times, we do have a little bit of time, because this is literally all we're going to be doing for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I have a challenge that was sent in by someone, a special someone named Princess Shortcake. We want to start a donation train in order to unlock that Hollow Knight milestone. We are $87 away from meeting that. So we are starting a $5 donation train. So Princess Shortcake says, I'm buying a ticket to a donation train heading towards the Hollow Knight milestone. Choo-choo! I would classify myself as chaotic good on the alignment chart. So everyone in the chat, I want you to send me where you are on the alignment chart. And I will be judging, but only slightly. Not a whole lot, I promise.
Only slightly.
Exclamation point donate in the chat. Tell me where you are on that alignment chart. And let's get that Hollow Knight milestone met. And don't forget, you can also add it to our bid war that's currently open to choose the episode cutscenes in Alan Wake 2 Night Springs.
Mm-hmm. We also I do see in chat Princess Shortking saying, does this work for Balatro? You know, I wish it did, but unfortunately in Balatro there is no ceiling, so we cannot go in the ceiling and we cannot slam the playfield down. How I wish we could.
I'm gonna try the next time that I play Uno, actually.
Oh, that might be a good idea. Try seeing if we can slam the playfield down from the ceiling and win Uno. It's like you put down your card and say Uno. No, you're slamming the playfield down.
Exactly. Look, Uno gets really competitive.
Yeah, I've heard. Again, we slam this down and we keep going through. We get these. We get these here. And now that we are here, it's trade time. No, we're slamming down the table. Right. And we have another fight here, I believe. We're slamming the playfield down. Go up and around. Slam the playfield down again. Slam it on our knees. Alright. Slam the field down. Okay, sometimes thinking about her innocence, it makes me queasy. We don't care. We're gonna go back to the start screen. And now we have reached the end of Act 3. We did nothing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So really, that's basically the end of the hard part of the run. From here, it's just finishing the run. We are uploading the game Inscryption because apparently we made it. However, Fleshy decides he isn't having that. And neither are Grimora or Magnificus. So you see here, we have access to the floppy drive. So what we can do is we can delete the entire contents of it and start the erase process for Inscryption. We fall through the floor into the ocean. Everyone, welcome to Inscryption. This is Inscryption, the Inscryption finale. Restoring a backup, creating a new save file. We're loading a few scenes. From here, we're going to fight against each of the three scribes that are not P03, and the first fight is against Grimora. Here we have these. We have to take them, put them in the tombstones. And we have a chessboard. We unfortunately are not flipping the chessboard, but we stand here, we go up, and we fight one of these pieces. And again, we're back to 4 lanes. However, none of this really matters, because you might have noticed, this game is currently being deleted. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to keep drawing cards, and we're just going to simply lose. as soon as we lose, the deletion process keeps going. If only we had a little bit more time. But the entire playfield's gone. We can't really play if the playfield's gone. It's time to rest. Give it a quick handshake. Remora is now gone. And now we are loading a new scene, Leshy.cabin. You remember this place? This is the same cabin we were in Act 1. Leshy is not dead yet. We do have a little bit more to do here. Here, the game advances depending on how many turns have passed, so we just have to keep passing turns. You see, things keep getting deleted as we go. I will, yeah, I'll mention that later on. All right, and there goes that. No matter, we don't need to keep score. We're just gonna keep playing, just for the fun of it. We're just playing just for the fun of it. But honestly, we don't care. We just want to go fast. Saying, okay, but Lester's prize is actually like kind of harping. It really is. We don't need to keep score. See the end approaching. We're just gonna keep drawing squirrels, squirrels and other miscellaneous cards. But that's everything starts getting deleted. All of our cards one by one. Gives time. Good game. Give Leshy a firm handshake.
So we had to delete Evil Osmorn.
Yes, we did just have to delete Evil Osmorn and Lobster, unfortunately.
Oh no. I guess Osmorn can't be evil anymore.
Yeah.
And nobody can
unfortunate.
be Lobster.
Yeah. Alright, we're into the Magnificus fight. Time is basically very soon after the Magnificus fight ends. However, we do not need to be ready for that for a little while. This fight will automatically advance, and it is time-based. So this is basically just 6 minutes of waiting. We have nothing to do here. We have 6 minutes of waiting, but I want you all to watch this. Well, hey, welcome to Inscryption, where we get a dual disc.
How many times have we said this?
Yeah, welcome to Inscryption. And we get these big numbers in behind us, and you see this entire giant playfield that we're looking down at from above. This giant cool bell, and you see these cards. We don't get to actually play this. We're just sitting here for 6 minutes. And oh, I wish that we could have played this, because this looks really cool, and I wish we could have used the dual disc. But it's just 6 minutes of waiting. All right, yeah. If there's anything to talk about, yeah. So Daniel Mullins has a couple cool projects. Some of them have been mentioned in chat earlier. Things like Pony Island. However, there's a new little thing called Pony Island 2 Panda Circus, where if you enjoy Daniel Mullins' games Pony Island Inscryption, this is currently in development. Release date is to be announced. It's apparently supposed to come out either this year or next year, somewhere around there. So if you like these kinds of games, definitely go check that out, because I think that's something to be looking forward to. Yeah. Again, it's a lot of waiting. Devilman, do you want to show off the cards, by the way? ちょっとカードを見せますか?
一応ウロボロスまで見せますってことなんだろう。
あ、見せ
光
たんですね。
があるカードは思いつかん。
We got a few of these cards that are actually in game. These also actually exist, and I think that's really, really cool. You see, on the camera. What else do we have here? Let me see real quick here. Magnificus making a painting. However, as soon as it's starting to look complete,
やることがなくなってしまった。
all right, yeah. We have another few minutes of waiting. So if there's any last words from the host before we get into the last couple inputs of this run, then that would be a great time to do so.
Sure thing. We have another person boarding our donation train to unlock the Hollow Knight milestone. I cannot find my words here. The music is actually throwing me off a little bit because it's so spooky. So Marksy says, I am in my chaotic evil era. So once I figure out how to actually use my talents for evil, I will be unstoppable. Thank you for that $5. That has brought our total to $2,918, meaning that we only need $82 more to unlock that milestone. Chat, continue to tell me, where are you on the alignment chart? And believe it or not, I will go ahead and tell you, I think I'm chaotic good. I don't know if you picked that up from any interactions with me whatsoever, but I like to think that's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your alignment chart?
My alignment, I think... Awful neutral.
All right.
All right. Just kind of throwing that out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm chaotic. Maybe I'm in every single spot at once. Who knows?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. We're gonna put down a Ruby Mox and an Orange Mage. We're gonna put down a bunch of these cards. Wait, it does not matter. Oh gosh. Wait, there's actual animations for this. That's really cool. Gosh. It sucks that none of this actually matters.
This reminds me of the... Sorry, this reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV series.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of too. But yeah, we're heading into the last little parts of this run. Everything's starting to break, everything's starting to get deleted, and you see, we're doing... neither of us are really doing much damage here. Again, this is all timer based. We can't really do much to speed this up. In chat, someone says, had one of these dual discs growing up, and let me tell you, it's bulky. Which I can imagine. And you can see those gems in the dual disc kind of starting to break, and the playfield's gone, and there's not much time left in this run. There's not much time left for Magnificus either. We see the deletion process, we see the progress bar in the top left. So as soon as we get done here, there's going to be eventually a card that shows up in the center of the screen. As soon as we click that, that is going to be when we call time. A little bit here. Have a character that shows up. We're gonna go down, say hello, skip the text.
And time.
GG.
Beautiful. That was so much fun to watch.
Yeah. This run is... I've not really seen much of... I'll admit I haven't really seen much of this game, but it's fun to watch and try to figure out. I still don't know what happened. We're breaking Inscryption, by the way.
Oh, sure. No big. Gosh, that was a huge breaking of the fourth wall there.
Yeah. But yeah, that is Inscryption. Devilman, if you have any last words for us.
Thank you for watching. And more horror games are coming up next, so please enjoy. It's 終わりです。Okay, it's over.
終わりです。
Thank you for,
ありがとうございました。
thank you for watching.
Yeah.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you again to Devilman for running from Japan. Not really something that you can really easily do. Definitely check out his streams and stuff. All Japanese, but hey, Devilman's cool. You should go follow him. And yeah, a quick little shout outs. Hi, I'm Sawayoshi. You can also find me on Twitch and stuff. And yeah, I have really nothing else to say. So yeah, host, if we want to take us to the next run.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it, and that was such a fun run. I hope you all have an incredible night, and we will be right back in just a moment. All right, thank you so much for your patience, everybody. Welcome back to Lifeline for Linear. We are a mutual aid marathon. We're here raising money for LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt. This is it for me on the host mic, but do not fear, because one, I'm still going to be around to commentate for Alan Wake 2. And two, I am leaving you in the most capable hands of Happy by 3, one of my very best friends who I love very much. Happy, did you hear about our donation train that's happening right now?
First of all, no, you. I love you so much. Second of all,
gosh.
I did hear about this donation train, but I was making myself food and prepping for this and didn't hear your alignment. What do you think of yourself?
Do you have a guess?
I feel like in my heart, you're like neutral good.
So personally, I consider myself like a kind of chaotic good kind of person.
Fair.
And where are you on the alignment chart?
Probably also chaotic good.
I can see it.
I like to think that I do good things, but sometimes it's like, well, the way to do the good thing is not necessarily like the intended method, and that's fine.
The ends justify the means.
Yeah, sometimes it can just be messy. That's okay.
Exactly. Sometimes you get a little bit of peanut butter, like all over the counter.
Just
Look, I don't know.
tiny bit. No, I respect the heck out of that. Well,
Anyway.
I know you are going to be commentating the next run, so I assume you may want to like stretch and grab some water and function before you do another job.
Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I think chat should also maybe take a moment to stretch just for a little bit. And we will be right back with Alan Wake 2 in just a short moment.